All right, everyone, welcome to today's live show. It's been a while. We did a live stream here on YouTube, and in today's live stream, okay, I'm going to walk you step by step on how to leverage on the improved Bybit spot liquidity to actually start making money trading spot every day. All right. So right now, we all know about the hack on Bybit and all of that, and I made a video telling you why you should actually make Bybit. Okay, they go to exchange whenever you want to start trading. Right now, I'm glad to inform you that everything has recovered. Everything now on Bybit has returned back to normal, and it is even better than it was before. Okay, most especially the liquidity on Bybit spot is better than it used to be. In fact, the Bybit liquidity right now, spot liquidity right now, is even better than that of Binance. All right, this is no way. I'm not in any way actually bragging about this, but it is something that you need to pay attention to. Now, when it comes to trading spot and making money every day, one thing you need, most especially if you are going to be scalping the market, one thing you need is the availability of liquidity in order to avoid slippage and all of that, right? Just like I'll be showing you in this video. So what we are going to be leveraging on all is the improved liquidity performance of Bybit spot. That is exactly what we're leveraging on to be able to make maybe $100 daily, $300 daily trading spot on Bybit alone. All right. So one thing you want to do for me right now is, if you don't have a Bybit account already, links to sign up on Bybit will be in the video description. And if you are not on Telegram, if you want to take advantage of all of our free signals and all of that, the link to join us on Telegram will be in the video description. Okay, so while the live stream is ongoing, if you have questions, you can use the comment section. By the way, let me know in the comment section if you can hear me loud and clear. Okay, let me know, type a yes on the comment section for those of you who are here already. If you can hear me live and clear, all right, type a yes on the comment section. Let's get it rolling. All right, I'll show you simple techniques, okay, using just the RSI indicator to make a lot of money, up to $300 daily, depending on the size of your capital, right? I'll come to that just in a moment. Depending on the size of your capital, you can actually make up to $300 daily trading spot on Bybit. All right, so let me know in the comment section. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Let's get it rolling, guys. Before I go into details, okay, yeah, confirm that you can hear me. Thank you to Chuku for confirming that. Yeah, to Chuku can hear me loud and clear. Okay, any other person, can we get another yes before I push it further? Can we get another yes? If you want to make money trading spot daily, all right, if you want to make money trading spot daily, please give me a yes on the comment section. Give me a yes on the comment section, because I'm going to show you simple tips that you can actually start using, making money trading spot on Bybit every day, right? You must not trade futures. You must not trade futures. But if you have the money to trade futures, the beauty about futures trading, right? Thank you so much, Loan, for confirming that. Okay, thank you so much. The beauty about trading futures is, you can actually make money while the market is up, going up, and then you can make money while it's going down. All right. But if you are part of those who say, no, you don't believe in trading leverage and all of that, can't you make money trading spot? Yes, you can. And that is why I want to show you in today's live stream how to leverage on the improved spot liquidity on Bybit to make money. Okay, and we're talking about making at least $100, $200 daily and all of that. All right. So let's get it rolling. Thank you so much for confirming that. Okay, one thing you can do for me now is to smash that like button. And as I said earlier, after my explanation, if there's anything you don't understand, you can actually use, the comment section to let me know, and then I'll go ahead and answer all your questions. Okay, so let's get it rolling. Now, this is the Bybit spot interface. This is what it looks like. Okay, once you come in here, I'm using the web version to explain all of this, but everything I'm going to explain here, you can implement it using, the mobile app. But if you don't understand, and you want me to make a separate video or a separate live stream using the mobile app, I can actually do that, right? But in any case, whatever it is, you can join us on Telegram and let us know. Maybe during our live streams on Telegram too, I will equally be able to explain all of that, all right? So when we talk about liquidity is actually the force that moves the market, right? The reason, the singular reason that you come to any exchange, okay? Why you come to an exchange, even when BTC drops to, let's say, $1,000 today, the only reason why you can buy and sell, right, Normally, when the market drops, everybody is afraid, they want to sell off and all of that, right? But why is it that even if this market right now, this is BTC trading at 82 or 83K right now, even if BTC drops to $1,000 today, you can come in here and place a buy order and it will go through. You can place a sell order and it will go through, right? That is because the market makers have made available a lot of liquidity to cover for all of your buys and sell. You will never hear anywhere that, oh, because market has dropped, I will not be able to sell, right? No. Even if the market drops right now to $1, you will still buy and sell because there's enough liquidity that has been provided for that. And liquidity is equally the one responsible for slippage. For instance, if I want to buy a token worth, let's say 100K right now, and I decide to go into the market with that huge amount of money, definitely you, after finish it, once the order finishes executing, at the end of the day, because of slippage, because of high slippage, there is a probability that you will not be getting up to $100,000 worth of that asset that you just bought. All right, that is when the liquidity is not up to that, right? But right now, the performance on Bybit liquidity is even better compared to that of Binance since after the hack. So everything is back to normal, and this is what I want to leverage on for you who want to be making money trading spot every day, right? So one thing you want to do, I'm not going to trade BTC because what I'm looking at is making at least 30% every day. And the capital I'm looking at is at least with the $1,000 capital, right? So if I'm looking at making $300 every day with $1,000 capital, then if you have $100 capital, you should equally apply that to your $100 capital. So it means if you are looking at making 30% every day on your capital, you are looking at making $30, at least $30 every day on your $100 capital. But whatever scenario that I'm painting right here, I'm using $1,000 to do this, right? So if you now apply it to maybe your $10 capital, your $100 capital, your $500 capital, the percentage will remain the same, but the amount of money we are going to make will not remain the same, right? Will definitely not be the same. So 30% of my $1,000 should be at least $300, right? And this is because I've test run this, I've done this like time with that number. Okay, at times once I make 10%, I'm off. All right, when I make 20%, I'm off. But when I make up to 30%, okay, I'm equally off, right? Any day the market conditions are not favorable, I'm off, right? But implementing a simple strategy, you can use it to make money in the market. And the first thing you want to do is to look for that token to trade, all right? Is to look for that token to trade. You can do this with BTC, you can do it with Ethereum, you can do it with any crypto asset that is supported on Bybit spot. But because I'm looking at making at least 30% every day, what I first do is if you go to your Bybit account, okay, and then you go to the market option on the app, there is an option that is called market there too, right? Just click on it and all of that. So if I go to the market option here on the web, it opens up on a new page like this, okay? Let me go ahead and refresh that. So that, let me refresh that, I'll show you in a moment, okay? Once that page finished loading, all right? While we wait for the page to load up, do me a favor, all right? Do me a favor by smashing that like button, guys. Do me a favor by smashing that like button. Let's get it rolling, okay? So let the page load up. Let me just show you. Okay, while that is loading up, you can equally do it inside of this particular interface we have right now. Currently on the spot trade, you go to trade, and then you go to spot, and you select any pair of your choice. All right. So once you come in here, you want to change the pair. I'm not going to trade BTC because BTC is very rare for BTC to give us 30% in a day. All right. So we want to be taking, and now in spot trading, you only buy low and sell when the market goes high, right? You don't do up and down. It's only futures that you do up and down. So we want to actually select tokens that can give us that, 30% and above. All right. So if we come to the market option right here where it says market, how do you access market? Here you click on market, okay? You just over market and click on it, and it will bring you to this page, right? So here you see the top gainers on spot. I'm looking at the spot market, right? So this is a spot market, and then you see that on the top gainers we have the live, right? Live USDT has gone up alone in the past 24 hours, okay? This thing has gone up by 32%. All right. So if I come back here to the trading interface and I go hover over this area here to select my token, if I click on this 24 hours in percentage right here, okay, the first time I click it, it will give me the top gainers, right? If you are just doing that for the first time, you click on it again, it will give you top losers, right? When you click on it again, it will not give you the range from BTC and all of that, right? So if I click on it, you'll see that live is equally here, and it has gone up by over 31%, approximately 32%, right? And the volume too is what you want to look at, okay? The higher the volume, and I always look at, most especially if I'm trading with a capital higher than $1,000, right? I want to look at tokens that have a volume of $1 million and above. This one is just 500K, right? It means if I'm trading this with $1,000, definitely the impact will not be that much on me, all right? So this thing alone has gone up by about 31%. So if I go ahead and click on that, it will load up on the chart. And one thing I want to do is to go to the daily chart, and let's see when this started. We can actually do maybe the 4 hours time frame and all of that, right? You can see when this market started moving, right? This is the time. If I hover over this particular candle here when the move started, you can see the time right there. Okay, you can see the date today. This is today's candle, all right, 10th of March. You can see the date somewhere around here, right? This is today's candle, 10th of March, all right? And then you can see the time. Now, whenever a new candle opens, in my own time zone, it starts from 1 a.m., right? In my own time zone, the candle starts from 1 a.m., right? So it means from 1 a.m., if I started looking at this chart and I say, first I want to look at my daily bias. What is my daily bias? If I'm bullish, I'm looking at buying. Definitely, if you're trading spot, your daily bias has to be bullish, right? Okay, your bias has to be bullish for you to, because you want to buy low and then you sell high, right? So right here, if for instance, I got into this market around this candle, which is around 4 a.m. my own time, right? Because I want to make profit, right? If I got into this market with the open of this candle, all right, with the open of this particular candle right here, and then currently at the current market price, I would have been up by 15% already, right? At the current market price, I would have been up by 15% already. So first thing first, I start looking at the market from as early as 3 a.m. If I wake up maybe early, maybe around 2 a.m. or there, then around 4 a.m., if I believe that that particular project will go up, depending on what I'm looking at on the chart, okay, I'll go ahead and start looking for a buy. And I'm looking at, if this token, for instance, if Bybit is saying this token, the past 24 hours has gone up by about 33%, definitely you're not looking at the 33%, right? You want to cash your own 10%, you want to cash your own 20% or your 15%. For instance, if you have entered from this candle, remember the market started from this previous candle right here. But if you have entered from this candle right here, you will see that even at the current price right here, would have been up by over 13%, right? So you start scanning the market. And one indicator that I use a lot of time when it comes to scalping, all right, is if I go to my indicators option right here, I want to make sure that I add my RSI to my chart, okay? This latest trade index, go ahead and add it up. And what I'm looking at, okay, on this, on Bybit, it will show you the middle line and all of that, right? It will show you, but let's go ahead and look at settings. If I click over it, you click on the settings, let's go to style. And okay, so we have the upper limit, we have the lower limit, there is no middle one here. There's normally a 50% line right here. Okay, so anything from that 50% and above, I'm looking for buy, right? And then if it goes to the oversold level, just like you see right here, all right, whenever this candle are trading below that area right there, on the 1 hour, on the 30 minutes time frame, I'm looking for a buy. If for instance you bought this market around this area and you held on, maybe you're targeting your 10%, your 20% in a day, okay, this market would have gone up and given you this from here, from that oversold level rather, the market went up by over 40%, right? But you would have cut off, maybe you would have gotten your own cut of 30 or 20 or 10% in this trade, and then you look for another trade, right? You look for another trade. So RSI is what helped me a lot. And what I look at is, I want to look at the top gainers, tokens that are on the top gainers, and then I want to buy into that particular project, okay? And see how far that can go. And I start looking at this chart from as early as 2 a.m. my own time, and then from maybe around that time till around 4, 5 or thereabout, till when the new London section opens, I open a trade. Now, before the New York section opens, I would have closed my trade and I'm up by either 15, 20% or thereabout, and then I look for another setup, right? I look for another setup. So one thing I do is, if for instance the market is not too favorable and I'm up by 1%, 2%, 3%, I can go ahead and close that trade without Bybit charging me too much fee, or without being a victim of slippage, because the liquidity on the spot market has actually improved than it used to be since after the hack, right? So one thing I can do, I just showed you an example with live. All right. Now, when I come in here and click on this, if you scroll down, you can now see tokens that are equally recovering. Okay. If I keep scrolling down right here, you see that some tokens are up by 4%. Okay. The ones at the top are the ones that have gone up, fast with a lot of high percentage, right? So if I continue to scroll down right here, all right. For instance, we can see 𝗧𝗿𝗆𝗀𝗽 is up by 1% plus or thereabout, or OP rather, right? This is for OP. We see 𝗧𝗿𝗆𝗀 is up by 2% or so. So I go ahead and click on the OP option. Once I click on the OP, let me make this full screen so that we can see clearly. All right. So OP started recovering, right? OP started recovering, though we are still in this downtrend, as you can see clearly, like right here. Okay, we are still in this downtrend, and we are at the verge of breaking, this trend line to the upside. But look at what the RSI is saying right? RSI. Once RSI should below that 30, okay, at the oversold level, I'm looking for buy. For instance, if you have bought around this area, okay, around here, maybe you even bought from the open of this candle, right? You would have gotten your 20% off there, right? And this all happened within a day plus, right? So if you bought right here, okay, maybe at the open of this other candle, let's say you saw this with this candle when it was here, and then you bought at the open of this particular candle. If you have bought right here, at the current market price right now, in less than 4 hours or thereabout, in about 4 hours or thereabout, okay, you would have been up by 5%. So just imagine that you enter this market with $1,000 or thereabout, right? You would have been up right here with $50 and all of that, right? And then you look for new setup, okay? So this is what I look at most of the time whenever I want to take a trade on spot, right? And you can do this again. I'm looking at the 4 hours time frame. You can do this even on the 15 minutes time frame. If yours is just to be making 5-10% out of the market, okay, and you're out of the market, you can do this again and again. For instance, we had this market oversold at this level, and then we came back down to that level again. You can see market started moving up from here. Let's say you enter the trade from here. This is for this particular token that I'm looking at for OP, right? Yeah, for OP. So from here up here, right? You would have been up by 4%. If you have held your trade to this level right here, you would have been up by 7%. So if I go ahead and exit this full screen right there, you can do this. Now, there's the possibility that this token you are seeing at plus 1% right now or plus 2% right now would actually make it to 10%, 20%, 30%, depending on how long you are going to hold your trade, right? But for this particular strategy, I don't normally hold my trade overnight. So if I take a trade maybe around at 3-4 a.m. or thereabout, before the New York section, I'm looking at taking profit on that particular market, right? Before the New York section is from around 2 p.m. or so, my own time. So you can check out on the internet what the time zones are, okay, depending on your location. So you always want to scalp the market and you always make profit. On spot, you can be scalping, right? Even on the 5 minutes time frame, right? Even on the 5 minutes time frame, you can take a trade and then set that trade to close that trade at maybe 5% plus, 6% plus, and all of that. I'm going to do an in-depth tutorial on how to use Bybit on the spot market. You go to the TP and SL option right here. Okay, sorry, the type of orders, right? On the type of orders, we have TP and SL, we have conditional, we have OCO, and all of that. So I'll be showing you how to actually use the OCO order type, all right, to actually be setting conditional orders to either close your trade when it's going in your favor to a particular level you want to TP, or to close it if it is going against you to a particular level where you want to sell and then accept your losses and all of that, right? You can use the OCO order to achieve that. And I'll make a separate video using the mobile app to show you how that works, okay? But one thing I'm telling you here, because of the improved liquidity on Bybit spot, you can be scalping the market and be trading spot and be making up to 30% every day on whatever amount of capital you're starting this market with. All right. The reason why I will not advise $10, $20 is because there are some tokens that the limit to what you can buy on spot is from $10 and above or thereabout. Some tokens, in fact, the limit you can buy is about $50 and above, right? So you want to trade spot and be profitable, trading and making money every day, you should start with at least $100 and above, all right? And one thing you should look at is if your target is to make 5%, 10%, $20 and all of that. Now, if that is not too small for you, then start with as low as $100. But what I'm looking at, to make $300 every day trading spot, okay, to make at least $300 every day trading spot, you need a capital of at least technical analysis, okay? And that is learning technical. So if you want to learn how to trade, if you want to learn about technical analysis and be able to take profitable trades and all of that, one thing you need to do is to go ahead and take our course, all right? You can go ahead and take our course. If you need a physical training and all of that, you can actually visit us at the office. You can, in Abuja and all of that. You can visit us at the office for more inquiries. Okay, so this course is going for just 50,000 in naira, and it's equally $50. Okay, if you are paying with dollar and all of that, right? And you have the option to pay with any currency of your choice. You can just go. Moreover, once you come in here, okay, the link is in the video description, right? Okay, and then it's equally on the Telegram. Once you come in here, wherever location you are, to give you the currency you are to pay with. So if you want to learn technical analysis, go ahead and learn it. But believe me, with just this RSI here, all right, if you don't have any knowledge on trading, I prefer you use the RSI strategy on the higher time frame, the 1 hour time frame, the 4 hours time frame. These are the ones that will give you high chances of always winning your trades. Don't do it on the 15 minutes, don't do it on the 5 minutes, okay? 5 minutes and 15 minutes are for experienced traders, right? But if you really want to succeed using just the RSI strategy alone, then do it on the higher time frame. Try to use the 1 hour time frame. Try to use the, let's say the 2 hours, 3 hours, or 4 hours time frame. And those higher time frame will actually increase your win rate. Okay, the accuracy on the higher time frame is better, far better than using it on the lower time frame. All right, that's just what I wanted to share with you with today's live stream. I will now, take your questions. If there's any question you have and all of that, please leave it in the comment section. I will answer all your questions. Okay. Okay, I can see right here. Let me see. I have some questions right here. Okay, so from Munachi, please, can you make a video of this on YouTube? You're on YouTube already, right? This is on YouTube, so the live stream is on YouTube, and then you will get it here, right? This is recorded. You'll always get this on YouTube, right? You'll get this on YouTube. So Munachi, after now, I think I posted the link on Telegram, right? So if you join us on Telegram, you'll see the link there. So this is on YouTube, and it will always be on YouTube for you whenever you are ready to come watch the video. All right. But subsequently, I'm going to be making a video, an extensive video on spot trading, right? Because at times you would think, you buy some of these tokens, especially when it has to do with some of these tokens that you don't know anything about, why it's pumping and all of that. Okay. And then it will just, one candle will just want to take everything from you. Okay. So what I'm going to make is you all that time. I no longer want to be in it. Okay, I want to sell it. And then if it goes to this level, I want to TP at 10%, 20%, 30%, and all of that. All right. So I'll make subsequent video tutorials going forward on how to do that. All right. So yeah, thank you so much everyone for joining. Do me a favor by smashing that like button, okay? And then share this video with others if you have gained value from it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, right? Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If there are no more questions, I think we'll call it off here. Okay, if there are no more questions, I think we'll call it off here. By the way, you can join us on Telegram. Okay, I will be having a live stream on Telegram later this evening. So we do have daily live stream on Telegram and all of that. So make sure you join us. Take advantage of all the free signals we share every now and then. And that will be it for today. All right. So if you have more questions, use the comment section. But if not, I think we'll call it a day here. I wanted to actually spend less than 30 minutes, but We are close to 30 minutes right now. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me. All right, thank you, Munachi. Thank you, everyone. I do appreciate. I'll see you guys in my next live stream. All right, so thank you. Go get the Bybit account. There's no promo that gives you $1,000 in position. So if you don't have a Bybit account, you can actually start with that free money that Bybit is giving you to start learning how to trade. But that particular position drop is only for futures. Okay, you only use it to trade futures. So you can go to your reward hub. You just sign up with the link in the video description. Go to your reward hub. Okay, claim the. I think for new users, you need to make a deposit of $100 to qualify for the $1,000 position drop. And then for existing users, you need to trade up to 100K to qualify for that reward. So go claim the reward and use it to start trading trading futures on Bybit and enjoy yourself. And once again, if you want to learn how to trade, guys, go ahead and take the course that we have made available for you. That is it for today. I'll see you guys in my next live stream, in my next video. For now, bye bye everyone, and do have a wonderful day.